Actually, there was a lot of mystery shrouded around OIC. Just a second, quickly. I mean, the previous one. The previous one.
This one?
Yeah. I think all these meetings were very important, but if you look at the meeting in Stockholm, Sweden, that was basically, that gave a lot of impetus, as well as people posed a lot of confidence. There were about 50 plus participants, mostly from the MENA region and from the Arab world. They posed a lot of confidence on this project by saying, yes, it is needed. And that was pretty short after this Libyan, or we call them Arab Spring thing. And except from Saudi Arabia and Libya, we had representation from almost every Arab country, except for these two countries. And there was a lot of interest coming from our friends from the Arab world and Middle East, northern the region, saying that yes, this is something, looking into the OIC, helping OIC to democratize its decision making and democratizing, especially involvement of civil society, would help. That gave us again, in fact, a lot of hope. Yes, we can do it. Dakar, Senegal, OIC held a meeting, and we tried to hold our own civil society organizations meeting parallel to OIC meeting in Dakar. And the last important, I would say, again, basically a step towards involving friends from Muslim countries was a couple of months back in Lahore, where we organized a meeting from the civil society of Afghanistan, from India, because India has a large Muslim population. Though India is not a Muslim country, but of course where Muslims are in minority, they're equally important. One needs to understand the politics. One needs to understand the ethos there. So India and Pakistan, we had a meeting and came up with kind of larger work program, and probably that, certainly that was the meeting where the whole issue of Rohingya, the Muslims who were being killed in Burma, was raised very strongly and was sent to UN and to other bodies, including the OIC. Okay, next please. Well, I think all of you can do it, but this is basically a forum which gives opportunities to civil society organizations and members to meet in dialogue and help in finding ways of influencing the governance and participation of civil society in OIC. Yeah. This is basically what we are doing, and this is exactly what we are trying to do here, is basically raising awareness on the importance of OIC. I think it is an important institution, and it really, it deserves to be looked at and requires a lot more input from all of us. We need to communicate that it represents people's interest in regional level. Somewhere we have to make them accountable, which means essentially how much more knowledge we can, raise. What we have found, very recently the Secretary General announced that they are trying to come up with some kind of a framework for NGOs or the civil society organizations to be part of the decision making or representation of civil society. I think that's probably one way where one can really contribute. And we within FIM very strongly think that we have the expertise and experiences of coming up, and the kind of people which are needed from the Muslim countries and from all over the world, that we can really come up with a kind of a framework which will help OIC to understand the civil society of the Muslim world. And this is what we discussed with them at the meeting, which I'll come back later. Over the years, we have created